Right now, sunny skies and 70 degrees. Look at this picture-perfect start to your weekend. Chris is tracking how long this gorgeous weather will last. Look up, it can wait. The emotional message from a local mother after she, her daughter, and her husband were all involved in a very serious car crash.
We get, all of this that not the other states get, so we might as well eat it up while we can.
Plus, the 2020 presidential hopefuls are paying extra attention to Iowa this weekend as they head to the state fair where food, handshakes, and politics are all on the menu.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on News 3 Now. It is Saturday, August 10th. I'm Christina Laurie with meteorologist Chris Reese. Keely Arthur enjoying a wonderful vacation. She did not invite us.
She did not invite us, but that's okay. I'm going on vacation this week again, and I don't think we invited you.
Well, and with the temperatures that we're getting here in Wisconsin now, why would you choose to go on vacation this time of year?
I know.
It's
really going to be a suffer as I'm down in the 90-degree heat, but we won't have any 90-degree heat around here. Things are going to feel very good. 60 degrees is where we are starting our morning. Of course, clear skies in the picture. Most of our temperatures are into the 60s, though there are some upper 50s, especially as you work your way towards the north and east. We're going to see a great day. It's going to be a warm day. One of the things we are watching, though, is a weak disturbance that's trying to throw some showers our direction from the north and west. Our air is fairly dry at the moment, so none of that is actually able to reach the ground. But that's what we're going to watch as we go through the day. Here's the past couple of hours as that system has kind of come into the picture. As we put that forward into motion, notice how we actually end up staying a little bit dry. That energy back towards the north and west is going to steal most of the show. But overnight tonight, we could see some showers. So that is what we are certainly paying attention to. In the meantime, as you plan your day, we'll see a mix of the sun and the cloud cover. Temperatures will be at 75 by lunch. We'll top out right around 79 this afternoon.
You really can't ask for anything better.
It really is perfect weather here in Wisconsin compared to other parts of the country.
It's the days that we want to hold on to in the middle of winter.
Yeah,
remember
that's a good
that
point.
day.
I will remember this.
Thank you so much,
My
Chris.
pleasure.
Well, almost all of the 2020 Democratic presidential hopefuls are just one state away this weekend in Iowa for the annual state fair. With the first in the nation Iowa caucuses less than 6 months away, everyone from Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders to Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris are crisscrossing the caucus state and taking turns at the mic at the fair's political soapbox. Candidates know the stakes are high in Iowa in contested races. Since 1972, the winner of the Iowa Democratic caucuses has gone on to secure the party's presidential nomination 7 out of 9 times.
People will make that decision based on that personal contact. They want to have, that tactile. I've touched your hand. I've listened to you 3, 4, 5 times before I make my decision.
Nearly all the Democratic candidates are in Iowa, as we mentioned, except for former Representative Beto O'Rourke. He canceled his plans to come to the Iowa state to stay in his hometown of El Paso after last weekend's mass shootings. Back in Wisconsin, Madison's police union is calling Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway's comments problematic following a blog she posted Tuesday about the actions taken by a police officer while responding to a mental health call for a 17-year-old African-American in June. Video shows the incident under investigation for reports of an officer using excessive force while responding to a mental health call. The mayor says the officer's actions are not considered best practice in Madison. In response, the Madison Professional Police Officers Association wrote a letter to the mayor.
The issue at hand is the commentary and how it impacts officers and their safety. The subject matter of getting out in front of an investigation before it's closed, that's problematic.
Deputy Mayor Cameron McClay says the blog post was not intended to call out an individual officer and does not think the blog will interfere with the investigation. Both Powers and the mayor's office say they will collaborate over expectations for the police force's role in helping the mental health community. Keep an eye out this weekend for counterfeit $20 bills. That's the latest warning from Madison police, who are currently investigating 2 cases where counterfeit bills were passed at local businesses. They were used at a coffee shop and a grocery store in town, according to a tweet by the Madison Police Department. You can see the word replica here on the bottom right-hand corner of the bills. Madison police are reminding business owners to be careful of these fake bills. The State Department of Health Services says doctors in Wisconsin have confirmed new cases of lung disease tied to vaping. Health officials have now confirmed a total of 12 cases and are investigating 13 more. The new cases include those who vaped marijuana oils, extracts, or concentrates. Patients with confirmed cases range in age from their teens to 30 years old. More local news now. A Janesville area woman has a message she hopes other drivers will take to heart after she, her husband, and their daughter were in a serious car crash. This is Olivia, Bill, and their 7-month-old daughter, Alexandria. And this is their car after a driver, distracted by his phone, blew a stop sign and hit them at State Road 213 and County Road A, according to a Rock County crash report. The baby came out unharmed, but Olivia has several bruises and a broken hand, and Bill had to be airlifted to UW Hospital and is now in recovery, hoping to walk again by Christmas. Now, nearly 3 weeks later, Olivia has written an open letter to the driver and hopes everyone on the road will listen.
The text message can wait. The Snapchat stories can wait. Nobody really cares what you're listening to on the radio and putting on your Snapchat. There's people's lives at stake. You know, this little girl was in the back seat of that truck. And this person thought that whatever was on their phone was more important.
Authorities say the cause of the crash is the person who caused the crash, is due in court later this month for failing to stop and inattentive driving. Family friends set up a GoFundMe page to help the family cover their medical costs. We have that link in the story up on our website. The driver that killed the wife and daughter of UW basketball assistant coach Howard Moore had a blood alcohol content more than 2.5 times the legal limit. In May, 23-year-old Samantha Winchester of Ann Arbor, Michigan, crashed into Moore's vehicle head-on. According to medical examiner reports that were obtained by the Detroit News, Winchester had a blood alcohol content level of 0.207. Winchester also died at the scene. Howard Moore and his son survived. New information this morning shows just how hot of a summer it's been, even if that heat hasn't been felt here in Madison. According to the World Meteorological Organization, we're going to have to check with Chris on how to say that, July 2019 is now in the running to become the hottest month ever. The data shows that July was on par with and possibly marginally warmer than the previous warmest July, which happened back in 2016. Next week, FEMA and Wisconsin emergency management crews will begin preliminary damage assessments in 18 counties that were hit hard last month by severe storms and tornadoes. On Wednesday night, Green Bay had its first conformed tornado since 2005. Closer to our area, Monroe and Vernon counties are both trying to recover from storm damage. The damage assessments are the first step in potentially requesting a federal disaster declaration to help reimburse communities. Happening today, if you missed Sunflower Days at the Pope Farms Conservancy, you still have time to get your flower fix in. Eustace Farm in Stoughton is hosting its Sunflower Days this weekend. Any day from 10 until 5, you can check out more than 20 acres and 32 different varieties of sunflowers. The petting zoo will also be open during those hours. Admission is $7, and Sunflower Days runs through tomorrow. We're in the middle of moving season on the UW campus, and that means this weekend you'll start seeing unwanted furniture, clothes, and who knows what's else piling up along Madison curbs. Us Madisonians affectionately refer to this time of year as Hippie Christmas, but for the Madison Streets Division, it's one of their busiest and most frustrating times of the year. While dumpster diving diehards sift through students' trash to find their own treasures, Moving Days routinely puts 1 million pounds of material into local landfills. That's why the Madison Streets Division is out with a reminder and a request asking you to donate any items in good condition and bring old electronics to its center on Badger Road.
Every little bit helps because this is a super stressful time for everybody down there because these are this narrow streets with lots of traffic, lots of parked cars. Our vehicles are down there too. The neater the piles, the faster we can pick that stuff up and get out of everybody's way.
If you have any questions about what can be donated or go to a charity for a donation, head to our website, channel3000.com. Well, if it wasn't an ugly win for the Brewers, it was definitely a weird one, but a win nonetheless, keeping the team in position for the second National League wildcard spot. Still no Christian Yelich, the reigning NL MVP, out for his third straight game after feeling something not right with his back. But the team did okay without him, with Ryan Braun and Lorenzo Cain helping the team take an early 1-0 lead. The Rangers evened it out in the fourth and then again in the sixth, but it was ultimately Eric Thames who hit a walk-off homer bottom of the ninth inning to secure a 6-5 win over the Rangers at Miller Park. The Brewers now have a 4-game winning streak, which they'll hope to keep alive tonight. First pitch at 6:10. Well, time now 5:10, and you're taking a live look over the Capitol this morning, where vendors are getting ready for a hopefully busy day at the market. Chris has your full farmers market forecast. That's just ahead.
Happy Saturday, folks. Welcome to the weekend, and we're going to start things out on another fairly nice note, though more cloud cover is going to be trying to stream into the picture as we go later throughout the morning. The temperature right now, 60 degrees, clear skies, winds are calm, dew points are into the upper 50s, so it still feels very comfortable outside as well. But here are those temperatures throughout the state. Notice we're warmer as you work your way towards the south and west. That's actually where we're seeing a bit more in the way of some added cloud cover. As you work your way towards the north and east, skies are more so on the clear side, so that's where you see those temperatures dropping more so into the upper and mid 50s as we head towards sunrise. Dew points, though, you see where the air has just a little bit more moisture content, as those higher dew points can be found throughout south and west Wisconsin, and that's also where some showers are trying to show up. I'm not certain that a lot of that's reaching the ground just yet. A lot of that might actually dry up as we go through the morning. But what we're watching is an overall disturbance moving in from the north and west. This is going to be responsible for those added rain chances as we go into the overnight hours and towards Sunday morning. So look for some added cloud cover to be on the increase as we go through the rest of, say, this afternoon and especially into the evening. Throughout the Midwest, that's about the only thing we're watching. Most showers and thunderstorms are well southeast and southwest of here, but that'll bring some overnight rain chances, and then we'll actually clear things out as we go throughout the day on Sunday. One of the other things we're going to watch comes our direction into Monday. That could be a little bit of a stronger rain chance, but here we are this afternoon. Look for those highs right around 79 degrees, and then come those rain chances. Again, most of that's going to be overnight, and then by the time we get you during the day on Sunday, a lot of that begins to clear out for us. Into Monday, another stronger system will work its way in from the south and west. This puts us on the heavy rain side. We could see perhaps a couple inches of rainfall out of that one. The severe weather threat is not all that high, but of course we will watch the heavy rain potential, and then we'll watch another light rain chance coming in on Tuesday before we finally begin to clear things out by midweek. In the meantime, as we go through this afternoon, look for those highs right around 79 degrees, but we'll see an isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm joining the picture, especially later on in the evening, closer towards the overnight hours. We might see a slight chance of showers early on Sunday, and then Monday itself will likely be a pretty heavy rain day. The graphic did not update in terms of the icon, but the temperatures will be into the upper 70s before we clear things out by the middle of the week, and then another rain chance by next weekend. Christina.
Well, if the icon isn't there, can we just pretend like the rain's not going to happen?
We can try to pretend that, but I think it's going to be a noticeable rain.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
Thanks anyways, Chris.
My pleasure.
Time now, 5:16. The summer of Keanu continues. The biggest names in late night are joining forces for a special show, and Disney is remaking several films you've probably seen dozens of times. Plus, there are several movies you won't want to miss this weekend. Will shares his 3 things to watch just ahead in trending news on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
60 degrees to start your morning here in south central Wisconsin. Most of us are waking up to those temperatures that are into the 60s, though some 50s do show up towards the north and east. That's where the skies are more clear. We've got some upper level cloud cover in the south and west that's keeping temperatures just a bit warmer, but warmer is what we're going to get as we go throughout the day. We're going to be staying mostly cloudy. Look for those highs right around 79. A few chances for rain in the west. Those will increase overnight tonight by the time we get you towards Monday. We are monitoring a threat for some heavy rain through south central Wisconsin. Christina?
Thanks, Chris. Now let's look at what's trending this morning. The Matrix is about to celebrate its 20th anniversary with a technologically enhanced re-release. The sci-fi thriller stars Keanu Reeves as Neo, a computer hacker who finds out the world as he knows it is a computer simulation called The Matrix. The movie will play in 135 select theaters across the country for 1 week, starting August 30th. This is far from the first time Reeves has graced the big screen this summer. He's already appeared in the third John Wick film, the rom-com Always Be My Maybe, and is the voice of Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. Some of the biggest names in late night will share a stage at this year's New York Comedy Festival. Stephen Colbert, Trevor Noah, and Bill Maher are among the comedians set to headline the fest. In all, more than 200 comedians, late night hosts, and other stars will bring their jokes to 100 shows throughout the week-long event. That kicks off November 4th. Tickets go on sale this upcoming week. Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o has a new role, narrating a new series on the Discovery Channel called Serengeti. The 6-part series takes viewers to the nearly untouched plains of Tanzania, following lions, zebras, and cheetahs in their natural habitats over the course of a year. Nyong'o herself is from Africa. You can watch the new series every Sunday night at 7 o'clock starting tomorrow for the next 6 weeks. And Disney says it's remaking the 1990s classic Christmas movie Home Alone as part of its long-awaited streaming service. Other planned remakes include Night at the Museum, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The Disney Plus streaming service will launch this November, and it will be the exclusive home of Marvel, Star Wars, Disney Animation, and Pixar films. A subscription will cost $6.99 a month, about half the price of a standard Netflix subscription nowadays. Well, a new season, new to home video, and a newsworthy anniversary. Top Will Loper's picks this weekend. Here's his 3 things to watch.
So you're a talking Pikachu with no memories who's addicted to caffeine.
I could stop whenever I want.
New on home video this week is Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Look, you can talk to humans, I can talk to Pokemon. And if you want to find your pops, we're gonna need each other.
No, I don't need a Pokemon.
What about a world-class detective?
Ryan Reynolds voices the Pokemon who helps a teen boy find his father and uncover a conspiracy. Pokemon Detective Pikachu is available to rent or buy everywhere now. Newly streaming on Netflix this week is the 3rd season of Glow.
I would like to extend Glow's contract until the end of the year.
It's stuck.
The gorgeous ladies of wrestling take on Las Vegas, but discover that Sin City might be more work than they anticipated.
This is everything we've ever wanted.
We can't grow to marry for another 9 months.
I'm the only one who cares about keeping the show alive.
All 10 episodes of Glow are available to stream on Netflix now.
I'm Julia Child. Bon appetit.
Finally this week marks the 10-year release of 2009's Julie and Julia.
Before she changed the world, Julia Child was just an American living in France.
Shouldn't I find something to do?
What is it that you really like to do?
Eat.
And you're so good at it. Look at you. Now,
They're
how
growing
good
in
you are.
front of you.
Amy Adams stars as an amateur chef, cooking every recipe in a cookbook by Julia Child, played by Meryl Streep.
What if I don't make my deadline? I'll wasted a whole year of my life. I used to be thin, and now I'm fat.
Just your face.
And it's supposed to be a big adventure, but it just turns out to be a lot of meltdowns.
Yeah, there's all of this stuff on the floor.
Oh, never a apologize.
Julie and Julia is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
You have no real talent for cooking.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Thanks, Will, and there's much more ahead on News 3 Now. Next, we're taking a look at the morning's top stories, and then, as students soak in the last few weeks of summer, it's planning time for parents as they get ready to send their kids off with brain-fueling foods. Nutritionist Emmy Bodden shares some simple ideas anyone can make and any kid will love. That's next on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday. Right now, simple snack ideas that take just minutes to make will help get you ready for a new school year or a new week at work.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, it's August 10th. I'm Christina Laurie. We'll get a check of your first alert forecast with Chris in just a second. But first, here are 3 things to know as you start your day. Almost all of the 2020 Democratic presidential hopefuls are just one state away this weekend in Iowa for the annual state fair. With the first in the nation Iowa caucuses less than 6 months away, everyone from Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders to Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris are crisscrossing the caucus state and taking turns at the mic at the fair's political soapbox. Candidates know the stakes are high in Iowa in contested races since 1972. The winner of the Iowa Democratic caucuses has gone on to win the party's presidential nomination 7 out of 9 times. Keep an eye out this weekend for counterfeit $20 bills. That's the latest warning from Madison police, who are currently investigating 2 cases where counterfeit bills were passed at local businesses. They were used at a coffee shop and a grocery store in town. According to a tweet by the Madison Police Department, You can see the word replica here on the bottom right-hand corner of those bills. Madison police are reminding business owners to be careful and look out for these fake bills as well. And the Brewers extended their winning streak to 4 games overnight after beating the Rangers 6-5 after lots of back and forth and no Yelich. It was ultimately Eric Thames who hit a walk-off homer in the bottom of the 9th inning to secure a 6-5 win over the Rangers at Miller Park. The Brewers are still in position for second in the National League wild card spot. First pitch tonight is at 6:10. Now here's meteorologist Chris Reese with your Saturday forecast. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, Christina. Temperatures are very comfortable as we begin to start the morning. Already, we are at 60 degrees. Winds are calm. The dew points are into the upper 50s, so it does, of course, feel good out there. One of the things you're going to notice, though, we're a lot warmer as you work your way towards southern and western Wisconsin. That's where some added cloud cover is starting to get into the mix. So those temperatures are into, say, the low and mid 60s. Meanwhile, towards the north and east, where things are a bit clear, temperatures are in the mid and upper 50s. But here's where that cloud cover is. You have a couple areas where some showers are trying to come out of that, but I don't think this is reaching the ground. If it is, it's drizzle at that. What we're truthfully paying attention to is this batch of showers and thunderstorms throughout southwestern Minnesota. That's going to begin to work its way towards the south and east as we go through the afternoon and evening. Eventually, that is what is actually going to increase our chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Although, notice the overall organization of that group of showers will eventually begin to fall apart over south central Wisconsin. So plan your day knowing that we're going to see an increase in cloud cover. Temperatures are going to be comfortable, though. We'll top out right around 79, but I don't think the true shower activity will get in here until later on into the afternoon and evening. One of the things we're watching that we'll be breaking down in Maine weather is Monday. That's where we'll have a threat for heavy rain. Already we do have a slight risk of excessive rainfall. And to Monday, stay tuned for more when it comes to that. Christina?
Thank you, Chris. There are just a few weekends of summer left, so we're getting your family ready to head back to school with some simple snack ideas. For that, we caught up with our nutritionist, Emmy, earlier this week. Well, it's almost the start of a new school year. For kids, that means new teachers, new classes, and for parents, that means new lunch and snack ideas. Nutritionist Emmy Bodden is back with us this morning with some recipe ideas that any parent can make and every kid will love, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So why is this especially important nowadays?
Yeah, so according to the American Heart Association, 1 in every 3 kids or teens is either obese or overweight. So it's really important that we're focusing on healthy options, really nutritiously dense snacks and meals for our kids, both at home and at school.
And it doesn't have to be hard to do. You brought some examples. Is this stuff that people usually have at home, or where do they get it?
I think so. I think these are foods that you might already have at home, or they're really easy to find. A lot of them aren't that expensive either, so they can double up as snacks for your kids and for you to bring to work too. So just take a little bit of the effort and the planning out of all of your meal prep.
So can we walk through what we have?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
So we're gonna start over here. Yeah. So an easy yogurt parfait. I love these for eating at home, doing like an after-school yogurt parfait bar where kids are putting in their own fruit, their own yogurt, their own granola. I have some unsweetened muesli here. And when you get kids involved in the planning, they may be more likely to want to, make their own healthy snacks or get more educated about what nutritious eating is.
What is muesli? You said that's like this granola-like?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a mixture of granola and oatmeal. So it's unsweetened, you eat it raw. Kids may or may not like that, so a low sugar granola would be a good option. If they don't like the muesli. But what I love about this is that I've used frozen berries and I let them defrost in the jar so they get, a little bit goopy, a little bit mushy, and you mix that with plain unsweetened yogurt. So a lot of flavored yogurts have so much added sugar. So when you mix them with the defrosted berries, it gives it natural sweetness and a natural flavor, plus a really bright color that kids might go for.
And that's also pretty cost conscious because frozen berries, they'll always be in season too, so you don't have to worry about that as the temperature changes.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be summer forever.
Right.
Okay, what do we have here?
So this is a Greek yogurt ranch dip. So again, a good way to stay mindful of your time and your budget. If you're already buying yogurt for the parfait, you might as well try to make something else with it. So this is all the flavors of ranch dip, but with unsweetened plain Greek yogurt. So you have garlic, onions, chives, all the good stuff. And because little kids especially love to dip their food, why not make it something super nutritious that's going to give them energy and fuel to be able to concentrate at school and have the energy to learn.
And about how long did this dip take you to make?
Less than 5 minutes. Just put all the ingredients in my blender and I was good to go.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
What about these?
So these are some oatmeal bake muffins. Super easy. It's like you're making oatmeal and you just bake them in muffin tins. And the reason why I like something like this for kids is that it's a good opportunity to sneak in some veggies into their meal without them even knowing. So I just have fruit in these, but things like zucchini, carrots, and stay with me on this one, but frozen riced cauliflower actually works really well in muffins, and I promise you can't taste it, and the kids are getting a whole serving of antioxidant-rich cruciferous veggies.
I can buy that after the number of cauliflower pizzas where you don't know that it's cauliflower.
They're everywhere now.
Finally.
Yeah, so
this something sweet?
Yeah, something sweet, and this is one of my favorites. So not just for the kids. None of these are just for kids, but this is one of my favorite snacks. It's a chickpea cookie dough dip. So again, kids love to dip. Why not use that when you're making a healthy snack? So instead of a sugar-loaded, raw egg-loaded cookie dough, this one is made with chickpeas, peanut butter, flax seeds, some maple syrup, and then some chocolate chips to give that nice little bit of sweetness. And I dip it with whole grain pretzels, with fruit. Honestly, I eat it sometimes just like that. And you can put it in a little jar, bring it to work, send it to school with your kids, or have as a sweet after-school snack.
And do you blend it, or do you just hand mix?
Yeah, so I blended it. I did it in a food processor, but if you have a high-powered blender, you could do it in there too.
And we could spill the little secret. We already had people walking through the newsroom and taking samples, so we can vouch that it really is
It's actually
delicious.
good, yeah. And the reason why I like something like this and something like this that has whole grains, a lot of fiber, is that a lot of snacks for kids right now are just loaded in sugar. They just cause a huge blood sugar spike and a crash, so kids aren't able to focus in school and perform better. We know that kids perform better mentally in school with a more nutritious meal or snack that they're having throughout their day. So these are really good alternative options for that.
And I think the bottom line here is that all the food, it is what it is. It's not a long ingredient list.
Right.
You look at it, it's an apple, peanut butter, maple syrup, all fresh.
Yeah, and so, you know, easy to just keep around in your cupboard. I mean, these are canned garbanzo beans. These are oats. These are just veggies that, I mean, I saved a little bit of time and bought the pre-chopped, and there's nothing wrong with that when you're a busy parent and just want to take, you know, some time for yourself. Greek yogurt, again, frozen berries. So everything you can either keep as a pantry staple or, you know, find a deal at your local grocery store with, and it all isn't very time-consuming either.
Thank you so much. You're always making it easy for us, Emmy.
I try.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, in more local news now, community members are invited to help Madison students head back to school with all the supplies they need. The Dominic's Ripple fundraiser is supporting several school supply drives throughout the month. The charity fund was created to remember Dominic May, a 5-year-old Madison boy who was killed in a crash last year. There are several drop-off stations, or you can sign up to sponsor a student. We have information regarding how to do both up on channel3000.com. Just search Supply Drive. We now know who earned the title of top cheese at the Wisconsin State Fair. Sartori Cheese is the Wisconsin State Fair's 2019 Grandmaster Cheesemaker. The fourth-generation family-owned company is based in Plymouth, Wisconsin. Their rosemary and olive oil Asiago earned this year's award, topping nearly 500 other entries. And while the Wisconsin State Fair continues, the Iowa State Fair is just kicking off, and of course that means butter sculptures. This year, sculptors are paying tribute to Sesame Street's 50th anniversary. Butter sculptor Sarah Pratt is creating 5 characters from the show, including Big Bird. Well, if you're looking for something to do in town this weekend, from a tale as old as time to a brand new music festival, plus the return of Restaurant Week, this time spotlighting Black business owners, some who've had a tough year. Your Weekend 608 is next on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
Good morning, folks. The sun's starting to rise in some places. This is Platteville right now. You can begin to see some of the colors showing up on the horizon. In Madison, it's not there just yet, but our temperature at 60 degrees. Most of us are seeing those temperatures into the 60s, but even still some 50s do show up as you work your way towards the north and east. Plan your day. We're going to be mostly cloudy, but I don't suspect the showers to begin to reach the ground, at least in the Madison area and points east, until much later on this afternoon and evening, though I will admit there is the possibility of a shower west of Madison as we go through the day. We'll keep an eye on that.
Well, overall, it's going to be good. And
Not terrible.
it's the weekend in the 608.
That's right. And here's a look at what's happening around town.
Starting with A Tale as Old as Time, the Middleton Players Theater is putting on a big costumed production of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, with shows all weekend long at the Middleton Performing Arts Center. That's the story of young Belle trying to tame and transform the Beast back into the prince he once was. There are shows at 2 and 7:30 today, and again at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
You know, what's bad is that you said Tale as Old as Time and Beauty and the Beast did not come into my mind, but I was like, I know that. That's from a song somewhere. All right, but from A Tale as Old as Time to something new, head to the Madison New Music Festival this weekend to hear classical music written in our lifetimes. It's the 4th year for the event, which features more than 60 musicians. Several new songs will make their world premiere tonight at 7:30, and then tomorrow you can enjoy a free concert at the Memorial Union Terrace starting at 5.
Everything is beautiful, more
Yes.
beautiful on the Memorial
It really
Terrace.
is.
And if you missed last summer's Restaurant Week, you are in luck. The 4th annual Black Restaurant Week starts tomorrow. This year's week has extra meaning for Black business owners after 2 Black-owned businesses closed on Willie Street alone earlier this year. In total, 7 restaurants, 9 food carts, and 3 dessert shops are all participating. You can take advantage of Black Restaurant Week for a full 8 days. Deals start tomorrow, running through next Sunday.
All right, and as always, you can get this month's copy of Madison Magazine for all of the best right here in the Madison area.
Well, it's going to be another beautiful day today, even if there's going to be a little chance for showers.
A little chance. We're going to watch it. You're looking live over the Capitol right now. I'll have your forecast coming up next.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture right here on TV.
Temperatures are a little bit warmer as you work your way towards the southwestern tier of the state by a couple degrees, only a little, but here it is. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s showing up as you work your way towards the south and west. Then when you look back towards the north and east, a lot of those temperatures are more so into the 50s. Chris, why is that? Well, my friends, the answer is some cloud cover trying to stream in. That's also where our dew points are a bit higher because there's a little bit more moisture back towards that direction. High-resolution Doppler tries to bring in a shower or a little thunderstorm in this area. I don't think a lot of that's reaching the ground just yet because the air is still a little bit dry, even though there is more moisture back towards the south and west. We're going to watch this complex of showers as it works its way through southern Minnesota into Wisconsin later on this afternoon and evening. That is going to be what truthfully becomes our rainmaker later on. Outside of that little system, most of the Midwest is quiet. That is because we still do overall have high pressure in control, but we still have that stationary front towards our south and west, and now a new region of low pressure has developed throughout the high plains. That's going to begin to work its way our direction overnight tonight, which will help increase that rain chance. Let's put this into motion. Notice how the showers and thunderstorms will be falling apart, but they start to work their way into southern Wisconsin. Let's get a little bit of a closer look at that for you guys as well, just for the sake of the timing. A lot of that won't move in until later on as we go throughout the day. Look for those temperatures topping out around 79, but the cloud cover is going to be on the increase. Then 1 o'clock in the morning. Notice the showers moving in from the west. That will linger through tomorrow morning. So here we are at 7:30 Sunday. I can't rule out some showers sticking around through the area at that point as well. And then we start to clear things out. We'll still be warm. Look for highs right around 80, and then we'll gradually begin to clear things out into Monday. But we're paying attention now to Monday afternoon. That's when our next system will come through, and that could likely be a very heavy rainmaker for us. We're looking at a lot of water coming out of the sky in a short amount of time. In fact, here's Future Track showing you perhaps 1 to 3 inches of rain all throughout southern Wisconsin and parts of northern Illinois. In fact, already we do have a slight risk for excessive rainfall going into Monday. So that's going to be the true day of the weather that we need to watch. And it's not an alert day at the moment, but an alert day is being considered just due to the threat of the heavy rainfall on Monday. After that, we'll clear out. Look for Wednesday and Thursday to just be some absolutely phenomenal weather days of this forecast. I think my favorite on that is Wednesday before another rain chance arrives by next weekend.
How long has it been since we've got heavy rain?
It's been a while. We've had a lot of precipitation from snow events and overnight thunderstorms, but in terms of just a true heavy rain event, it's been a bit.
Yeah, not really so much during the day. I haven't really had to bring out my umbrella, which has been nice.
No,
so
but
thanks for that at least.
No problem.
Well, stick with News 3 Now all day long, and then tomorrow morning we are heading to Willie Street for a stomach-rumbling experience at La Kitchenette. Find out what makes the eatery, which you've probably driven past dozens of times, so unique. But first, meet the pair of middle school baking brothers, whipping up tasty treats while doing a whole lot of good. How they're using their own business to give back to people in need. The feel-good story is next on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday. Finally, this morning, we want to introduce you to a pair of brothers who are only in middle school yet own their own business. They're putting us to shame. Now they're getting attention not only for what they're whipping up, but how they're giving back.
Omar, oh boy, Villagranza introduces us to the duo behind the recipes.
Didn't give him a heads up.
When Nigel and Shane Mushambi are in the game room,
Oh, there's a guy behind you. There's a guy behind you.
they're typical 12 and 13-year-olds. But when they step into the kitchen, they're a talented team of bakers.
He's probably the better baker. I'm probably the better icing man. Yeah, it's not really a baker. It's just he's better at decorating. I'm better at baking, and I'm better at making new recipes. So it's basically roles.
The pair started a baking business called Two Brothers in the Kitchen, a passion they've shared since they were toddlers. Many of their recipes come from who else? Grandma.
What is it about Grandma's recipes that make it so much better?
Longest amount of time to. They have a lot of free time. That means they have a lot of time to perfect the recipe.
Is it the ingredients? Is it the timing? What makes it
It's
good?
just they know everything.
Their business is growing so fast, the formal dining room has been transformed into a prep kitchen to finish all the new orders. Using their love of science and math, they cook up delicious desserts.
My side is really the math side. So let's say you want to know that you have to calculate the surface area for your cake or how much fondant you need to roll out.
The baking brothers aren't just making cookies and cupcakes. They're whipping up professional-looking pastries like this last-minute wedding cake.
That was a lot of trust they had.
Was that a lot of pressure on y'all?
No, not too much.
No?
All I had to do was bake like 6 cakes and make icing and go play video games.
The sweetest part of their business is not what they pull out of the oven, but what they give back to others.
People have been really kind to us with helping us bake. So we decided, well, since people have been so supportive of us, we need to support others.
The brothers are looking beyond the kitchen and helping their community. Beyond the Kitchen is actually the name of their new book. For every book sold, they're donating $1 to charity. So far, the Mushambi brothers have donated almost $2,000 in baking profits,
You're gonna get 4 of these.
which includes their book donations to various charities, from buying school supplies for underprivileged kids to prison ministries. Shane, who has a skin condition called vitiligo, which causes loss of skin color, just recently helped out Dr. Alana Bree at a children's house, a Houston nonprofit that helps kids with skin conditions feel comfortable in their own skin.
Well, it touches my heart, of course. I mean, the fact that these boys are so selfless and so willing to make the world a better place, especially for their peers and other children that are suffering, I think is just incredible.
The Mushambi brothers are saving money to upgrade their supplies, but they don't plan to cut back on their benevolent baking.
The other day, someone said that we inspired them to bake. That was good.
I was like, how did that hit you?
That was a good day.
Omar Villafranca, Missouri City, Texas.
Hey, where you grew up, you just said?
I'm also really proud that I got that name right. I didn't think I did going into the package.
Yeah, fun fact, if there's ever a word that I don't want to pronounce, I just give it to Chris. I'm like, oh yeah, he'll say that.
Well, we made it work, and that's what we're going to do when it comes to the weather today. We're going to make it work, even though there are some rain chances as we head into the afternoon and evening time. Most of the day, I think it's going to be mostly cloudy, and any shower should be west of Madison until we get towards about, say, 10 o'clock or so. That's when I think the rain showers will make it into town and 2 points to the east. As we head into Sunday, we might see some showers early on in the day. Then we'll see some sunshine into the afternoon. But Monday is the day to watch, folks. We do have a heavy rain threat as some showers and thunderstorms will be rolling our way from the south. And then we clear out by midweek. Molly and Wanakee, we'll see you later on at 8.